Hi, everyone. I am Carrie Little, your host of Coffee with Carrie every Friday on Instagram. I kind of have my coffee. I have my coffee. And let me tell you, this was kind of impromptu, but I think all of you just kind of need, I keep talking about a reboot, but I really kind of think that all of you, you need something to complete. You need some to-dos, you need some tasks. So this is what I've done for you. Now, first of all, I do want you to know that this was me walking this morning. And I was like, you know, first of all, I always say that maybe I should have been like diagnosed as ADHD. But, we went outside and we played. So we got all our energy out as kids. Nowadays, we're stuck inside or, there's so many things we can do inside. We can get stuck on our phones. But anyway, let's get back to the 5 things. So, as a real estate agent, as a broker owner, I'm the owner of Marc Realty Group, also the designated managing broker. That means I am the one that's responsible. There's so many things that we do all day. Most of you know I started selling real estate in 2001. I got licensed in 2001, so this will be my 21st year in the business. But I also worked for a builder first, like 97, 98, 99, part-time on the weekend, full disclosure. But I learned a lot. And that's because I bought new construction as my first property. But as a real estate agent, sometimes you're like, I just need to finish. I need to finish every week. So what if you came up with 5 things you knew you had to do every single week? Would it help you stay on track? Now I'm going to tell you what I did. So I walked, my husband went to play basketball this morning, every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, he goes and plays basketball. So I walked for about an hour. And as I was walking, I was writing. So, and just 5 things a week. And I wrote down things that we would do as a team, meaning he's his team leader, but I do the work. And then as a broker owner, as a speaker. And then I wrote down what would I do every month as a speaker and every month as an agent. So my goal is to just talk to you about what you could do every single week to kind of help some of you. Some of you really do need to break out Evernote. You need Todoist, Todoist, or Trello. You need old school right here. I have, the desk calendar. TJ Maxx is my friend. Or you need to just write it down and then check it off. Do we get distracted? Do things come into play every week that change my day? Yes. As a broker owner, it's going to happen. But what if there were 5 things you could do that would make sure you are successful? Now, I do have to reel this in a little bit because I've had some conversations over the last few days with people, and real estate really is work. It's not a job. You're an entrepreneur. You have to get up, get dressed, get out the door. You have to create your own inbox. You have to follow up. There's some things we must do. And you have to learn the business if you're a new real estate agent. So what I thought I would do for you is I'm gonna share my screen. I'm gonna share my screen just because I kind of feel like maybe that'll kind of help some of you out. So I'm good. Let me move my phone over so you can see it, because this was me walking down the street. And let me challenge all of you, just because I'm sharing my screen with me doesn't mean that this is your perfect scenario. It's not your perfect scenario, but maybe it'll help you kind of get jump started. So this was me walking. I walked for about an hour, almost got to 3 miles, and I was walking pretty fast, I think. So just 5 things a week, what would it be? So as a real estate agent, and I'm going to tell you, because for me, it was 6 areas. So as a real estate agent or a team, lead generate every single week. So social media, direct mail, free downloads, email marketing. Your net worth is in your network. So you don't need 6 areas. So for me, I could probably name them all: the neighborhood I live in, the neighborhood I grew up in, the neighborhood I still own a townhouse in because I worked for the builder. I know everything about the subdivision. So that was 4. But then your own network, your sphere of influence, even if you have 5 people there. And then, and there's another subdivision in the city I live in. So those 6 areas. Now, some of you are like, well, Carrie, I just don't have the bandwidth. I don't have the money. I don't care if you just mailed to 5 people every week. I don't care if it was 10 people every month. I need you to get moving so you can generate leads. And then number 2, follow up and ask for the business. Follow up and ask for the business. I think everyone should go live every week, but let's just say you're going to create a reel I probably should go back to what 5 things you should do every day. That'll be my next video. Go live every week. Most of you know I go live on Instagram every Friday, 9 a.m. Typically every Friday, but I know even in June 2022, because you might watch this later, I have to teach new agent training. So I have to figure that out. I have to figure out how to get people to not schedule me on a Friday. And then number 4, patience. I was listening to a gentleman on Instagram as I was walking, because I will often look at reels or listen to them to see what I like. And the hardest part about today is that, in 2001, we didn't have Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, Dig, Delicious, Stumbled Upon, Instagram, TikTok. We didn't have all of these things that give us the fear of missing out and thinking that if we're on social media, that we'll be an instant success. Woohoo. Patience. Like, there's something about the older I get that there's something about wisdom and having patience and having the work ethic of, what do I really want? What if you were to, so first of all, I'm talking about 5 things you need to do as a real estate agent, but what about those 5 things you need to do to simply have patience or get out of debt, or what's going to motivate you? Like, what if you wrote down, there's something I really want to do. Like, let's say I want to renovate my basement and that's going to cost me money. What is that going to look like? How many houses do I have to sell? So sometimes you need to take a second, and patience is huge. Why do you have to have it today? And then my husband and I we were talking about this, I'm not going to say the next generation, but it's let's just say someone just gets into the real estate industry and they're watching people that are super successful. They're doing 100 transactions a year, and we want to do what they do overnight. There is something about hard work and patience. Hard work and patience, putting in the work and waiting for I got here. What if the patience was, I'm going to showcase my journey to everyone so you can see when I went from doing 1 deal a year to 1 deal every quarter to 1 deal a month to 2 deals a month to 100 deals a year. There's something about putting in the work. Because even, and I downloaded this again today, when Dr. Strange, for those of you that like Marvel, and he said to the Sorcerer Supreme, I think, how do I get from here to here? And she says, how did you become a doctor? And he said, with hard work and patience and practice. Like, these things you can't do overnight. Now, there's something to be said from Saul to Paul. If you don't know what I'm talking about, there's a story in the Bible that talks about how he went from one person to someone else overnight, but that's like a miracle. Maybe a miracle will happen for you, but there's something about patience. And then number 5, you got to review your numbers. You got to know where you are so you can regroup. So this was like, what if you just did this every single week? So I'll stop sharing my screen with you just because you don't need to keep seeing that. But let's say as a real estate agent, you sat down and you write down, what are the 5 things I need to do every week? It could be as simple as you need to go out and network. It might mean that you need to learn something new. What are those 5 things you need to do to be successful? And then I need you to do them. So I want to say thank you for joining me. If you are someone that needs a little bit of help, or you're like, I need a little bit of help of doing live videos, or I need help with reels, or Carrie, I just want to talk to you every single month. I do have a membership. I have my, here it is. I have my workbooks that I've created. You can buy them on Amazon, but this one, the Socially Savvy Agent, in the feed, I have a download. So you can download this. You'll get a few different pages. You can buy this on Amazon, but if you download it for the $20, you will be able to learn how to do video. And then I give you the download pages and you can write it in to learn how to go live on social media. And then I kind of teach you how to think. I teach you how to think. And then whether you're a new real estate agent or not, I always say the new real estate agent journal, the cool thing is I have about 5 or 6 sections. And when I go live on social media, I'll tell you, yeah, you're running a business, turn to about page 140 so you can take notes. So clearly I've been using this. So check that out. And again, I want to say thank you for joining me. Subscribe to my channel. If you have questions, type them in the feed. If you are like, Carrie, there's something I want to learn from you. I've been playing in the sandbox for a minute and I want to teach you. So thanks for joining me.